In hip-hop, loyalty can make legends, and betrayal can bury them. For 2 decades, no pair has embodied that line more than Eminem and 50 Cent. Their friendship turned from mentorship into a brotherhood built on survival, revenge, and relentless ambition. Every time someone took a swing at one, the other stepped in swinging harder. But behind the bars, behind the cameras, and behind every viral feud lies a web of grudges, business moves, and bruised egos that shaped rap history itself. Eminem and 50 started as a perfect alliance. Dre found M found 50, and suddenly G-Unit ruled the world. In Da Club was everywhere, and Eminem's cosign turned 50 into a global name. But in the world they lived in, peace never lasts long. Power always attracts challengers. That's when the Game walked in, young, hungry, and raw. Dre introduced him to 50 and the team to launch G-Unit West. At first it worked. Hate it or love it, how we do. Those tracks made him a star overnight. But fame changes people fast. Whispers began that 50 wouldn't even sit beside Game during a video shoot. The energy turned cold, and before anyone knew it, 50 went live on radio and publicly kicked him out of G-Unit. Minutes later, Game tried to enter the station. A scuffle broke out. Shots were fired. The industry froze. They staged a peace treaty, shaking hands for the cameras. It meant nothing. Within weeks, Game unleashed a 15-minute diss track. 300 bars and runnin'. It was brutal, clever, and personal. From that moment, Game and 50 weren't just rivals. They were locked in one of rap's longest Cold Wars. Years passed. Careers rose, fell, rebounded. But in 2022, Game decided he wasn't done. On the Black Slim Shady, he came directly for Eminem, Dr. Dre, and even 50 Cent's loyalty. He mocked, he provoked, and he made sure every bar stung. Some fans called it courage, others called it desperation. It didn't matter. The world was talking again. Game claimed he was a better rapper than Eminem and demanded a public showdown, a versus battle. M stayed silent, because sometimes silence hurts more than a diss. But the message was clear. Eminem didn't need to respond. He already won. While that storm raged, another old one rekindled. Eminem versus Nick Cannon. It started years back when rumors swirled about Eminem and Mariah Carey. She denied it. He didn't. He dropped bagpipes from Baghdad, making it clear he wasn't afraid to stir the pot. Nick Cannon, her husband at the time, fired back with furious posts and later a diss track, The Invitation. Then Mariah answered in her own way, with Obsessed, dressing up like Eminem in the video. The triangle was pure tabloid fuel, and hip-hop ate it up. Time cooled it off until 2019, when Nick reignited the flames on T.I.'s podcast. He recalled threatening to confront Eminem in person. M responded through Fat Joe's song Lord Above, dropping lines so sharp they sliced through a decade of silence. Nick released more tracks, tagging in Suge Knight and calling out Eminem's family. Some said it was bravery. Others called it career suicide. Through it all, 50 Cent watched from the sidelines, laughing, posting memes, and throwing jabs like gasoline on a campfire. But if there's one feud that defines 50 Cent, it's not with Game or Nick, it's with Ja Rule. Back in 1999, Ja was robbed while filming a video. One of 50's associates allegedly snatched his chain. Ja never forgave it. Soon, diss tracks flew. Then came the studio stabbing at the Hit Factory, a near-fatal night that turned rivalry into war. 50 emerged with Wangsta, Ja fired back with Loose Change, and the culture picked sides. 50 mocked Ja's singing hooks. Ja accused him of stealing his formula. When 50 bought 200 front-row tickets to J. Rule's concert just to leave them empty, he cemented himself as hip-hop's ultimate troll. The battles didn't just end careers, they changed how rap handled conflict. Diss tracks became strategy. Beef turned into marketing. Even as Ja's career collapsed after Fyre Festival, 50 kept throwing punches, ensuring every headline reminded fans who'd won. But drama never dies in the rap world. it mutates. Enter Joe Budden. Once part of the lyrical powerhouse Slaughterhouse, Joe signed with Eminem's Shady Records. What should have been a dream team became tension behind studio doors. M wanted polished hooks, Joe wanted grit. When Kamikaze dropped in 2018, Eminem used his verses to unload on critics, including Joe. Joe answered not in music, but on his podcast, tearing into Eminem's leadership and calling his beats trash. 50 jumped in again, warning Joe to watch his mouth. It was classic. Eminem fights with words, 50 fights with everything else. Through every one of these feuds, one theme stays constant: control. Whether it's the game-chasing relevance, Nick Cannon defending pride, Ja Rule craving redemption, or Joe Budden chasing respect, each conflict circles back to the same gravity. Eminem and 50 Cent at the center. Their silence carries as much power as their verses. They don't just rap. They set the temperature for everyone around them. But here's the twist. What if none of this is random? What if the chaos itself is the brand? In a culture where attention equals currency, maybe keeping feuds alive is the smartest move of all. Every insult fuels algorithms. Every diss revives streams. Every tweet turns into headlines. It's an ecosystem built on tension. The truth is, hip-hop has always been theater. Gritty, emotional, unpredictable theater. And few have mastered that stage like Eminem and 50 Cent. When one moves, the other echoes. When one's quiet, the world wonders why. Maybe the real loyalty between them isn't about defending each other. It's about understanding the game better than anyone else. Years after the smoke, fans still dissect every lyric, every bar, every Instagram caption, searching for hidden shots. Because in this world, peace is just an intermission. The next verse could restart the war. And if history tells us anything, Eminem and 50 Cent will always be ready to fight, laugh, or cash in, whichever keeps the world watching. Whose side are you on?